Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar from Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea for our daily update on precious metals and other things and things I kind of deviate on. Anyway, let's take a look and see what we're going to talk about today. And by the way, lovely day out there. Hope your day is as lovely as ours is here in this little town here where our business is located. Wow, look at that. First subject, I'm going to talk about serious. I'm going to go into something serious here. And we're going to talk about the Wall Street Journal. I told you last night I was going to talk about this article. I took a look at it. You know, I love I have a love-hate relationship with the Wall Street Journal because I think they are a fine publication. However, when it comes to precious metals and gold and silver, I just think they do a terrible job. I always have. And, you know, it's my business, and I understand this business way better than they do, and apparently way better than some of their writers do. I'm not a good writer. And I'm not a good, maybe the best talker in the world, and explaining all this stuff, even with you guys. I always seek to improve myself. However, man, they're just terrible. Mainstream media is just terrible when it comes to precious metals. I don't know where they get writers, and I guess writers are kind of stuck with what they really know. But anyways, the Wall Street Journal, I saw this article and I didn't want to get into it last night. It kind of surprised me because we were looking on the page together here and I saw that. I said, wow, really? Really? Is this what they had to say about it? And I'm looking, I kind of read the article here, and I believe that the headline, again, just sucked. Does gold protect your investment portfolio? Think again. Now, let me ask you, if you were just to read that headline like most Americans do when they're shuffling through, they don't own gold or anything like that, but they see that on one of the Wall Street Journal pages, what's their first instinct? Think again. That's like saying, well, you don't read this article anymore. We're basically saying it doesn't protect your investment portfolio. With the statement right here where I get highlighted, think again. That's just a trash article, really. And I think that I went on to read this. I wanted to be fair, not by reading it, but kind of looking into it. And I read the article by James McIntosh, and he's a great writer. I'm sure he's a great writer, and he does a great job for Wall Street Journal, but I don't think he completely understands precious metals. As he says there, I pointed out that gold had been a hopeless hedge last month and that warned that it was likely to continue moving in the same direction as stocks, making it ineffective as a way to protect against share price losses. Well, right there, he's talking about to protect against your stock portfolio, which kind of contradicts what he says up here. Because what are we trying to do? Are we trying to protect our investments, our stock investments with gold? Or are we trying to protect our buying power with gold and what's happening with the U.S. dollar and what continues to happen with the U.S. dollar? Or right here, it kind of insinuates it's an ineffective way to protect against share price losses. Well, I don't think really anybody that advocates buying physical gold and gold says that that is a way to protect against share prices. I think you can do stops and prevent yourself from having losses on that kind of thing. And there's other things where you can probably bet against a stock if you think it's going to go down. Not my expertise, but I don't think that was a good reason to hedge. You don't hedge against share price losses anyway. That is kind of foreign to me. And as several readers said, and I'm sure he got a lot more than several readers because he said something about gold being, people being really hyper and getting upset about gold. Well, I'm sure he got a lot of bullshit, I'm sure he got a lot of flack about this because there are a lot of people that understand gold far better than what he does, according to this article. The full story needs more than just a line. Gold's role as hedge depends on the risk you're trying to protect. Well, he kind of correctly nails it. And I got to give this guy credit. He nails it on some of this, and then he kind of blows it on some other things. But gold isn't a good replacement for treasuries in a standard 60%, 40% bond portfolio. Well, that depends on what time frame you're looking at. You can pick your time frames, but throughout history, gold has a good, solid history. You've never, in history, Nobody has ever woke up in the morning in any time in history and read a newspaper or a stone tablet or heard from smoke signals from the Indian tribes 100 miles away that gold went bankrupt. That has never happened in history. However, it has happened to corporations and currencies. Currencies fail. you're not using gold as a hedge against your stock portfolio. Whoever does that, I don't quite understand the concept behind it. I was just going to say they're an idiot, but maybe I don't understand the concept. Maybe the author here does. But that is not the reason I think you own gold. You own a gold as a hedge against currencies which continue to decline in buying power, in strength, and you buy it as a protection because you have it in your hands. Gold never went bankrupt. It'll never go bankrupt. You'll never wake up in the morning and see it on CNN. Gold's gone bankrupt, declared Chapter 7 or 11 or whatever the hell it is today. You're never going to see that. It's never happened in history. However, you can see it happen to a corporation, and you can see countries go bankrupt. It happens. Currencies go bankrupt. That's what they call fiat. Stuff that's not, and we'll touch on that subject in a little bit. But this guy totally does not understand that. Maybe he's just young enough, or I can't tell by his age, but he just doesn't get it. Anyway, we're in an environment where stocks like inflation and gold likes inflation. Well, this is true. The guy kind of hits it half on. I'd sure like to have dinner with him sometime and explain a few things to him from someone that's been in gold for a long time. And where is the pattern has repeated? I had something highlighted down here, but I cannot find it right now. Anyways, I thought the article, I don't think the article is, I know the article is. It's a hit article. It's just a total disrespect of gold, and obviously the author does not know what gold does protect you against. I hope I explained it a little bit. Anyway, Wall Street Journal is a great publication. You can find this article just by taking this headline right here, putting it into your search engine, and hitting go. It'll take you to the Wall Street Journal site right here. And Wall Street Journal is a great publication because they want new subscribers. And I love the Wall Street Journal in many forms, but not as far as gold goes. But I read it. I'm a subscriber. I'd recommend you to be a subscriber too. Not for gold, for other reasons. However, you can probably read this article for free because Wall Street Journal does allow you to read a couple articles for free, and I highly recommend that you subscribe with them, even though I do diss them on gold. Let me move on to the next thing here, which is faith. Faith explains what fiat currency is all about. And if you look up the meaning of faith, and I don't have to, faith is kind of like that, how do you explain faith? That's kind of like an inner feeling that people have about things. And I'm not sure that I could show you a Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of faith, and that it would really ring true. But you know what faith is. You absolutely know what faith is, and so do I. And that is what is required to have a fiat currency. Because without a fiat currency, without faith, a fiat currency, the real value of a fiat currency is just what it says here. You can wipe your ass with it, and that's no exaggeration. There's nothing backs a fiat currency except the government itself, and it's faith. It's a faith-backed currency. There's no gold. You can't exchange that for gold. You can't exchange that for silver. It's kind of like, it's backed by treasuries. It's backed by, I don't know quite what. I mean, treasuries, multiple things like that to some degree, but really it's not backed by anything. The real value of a fiat currency is exactly this. In reverse, I'm going back as faith. That's the real value of a fiat currency. The gold and silver that you have in your hand is physical, it's tangible, and again, throughout history, every currency is worthless. Worthless. I mean, even at some point, the euro and the US dollar could end up being basically worthless. It could be restructured. You never know. We could come up with a new system. The whole system could bankrupt. However, the United States dollar is the longest surviving fiat currency in history. We are the experiment. Absolutely true. And why do I talk about all this stuff? Because this has a strong impact on gold, which people like this author does not understand. The author does not understand that this is why rich people own gold. This is why central banks and countries own gold, because it has never gone bankrupt. They know this. They're not going to tell you this. They know this. They want you to trust. Why don't they want to tell you this? It's no conspiracy. I don't blame them at all. It's a marketplace thing. Why would you tell everyone to buy and own gold when you really want them to own these things right here. Fiat currencies that are based on faith. Anyway, fiat currency, like this little saying, fiat currency is paper money eventually returns to intrinsic value, Voltaire. I did fact check this. I looked in a few different places. It apparently seems to be absolutely correct. Voltaire did make this comment. Paper money returns to its intrinsic value, zero. What does that really mean? That means this, folks. It returns to its value to where you can wipe your ass with it. So it really depends on how well it's run. The fact that the United States has run a fiat currency this long and this well, the Fed has done this, is just absolutely incredible. You got to hand it to them. We are the longest surviving fiat in history since the beginning of mankind. The U.S. dollar is. We haven't been devalued. They haven't called in the bills. We haven't changed it to a different denomination. We are the longest surviving fiat currency in history. However, I don't know how that makes you feel. And the fact that we are the longest surviving and we're only a couple 100-year-old country, it doesn't say much compared to precious metals. Precious metals has been around for 5,000 years, and as I said, it has never been bankrupt and never been devalued. Let's move along to this. I like Zero Hedge because, man, I love their headlines. Banks bloodbath. Again, yesterday, banks got banged really bad. He said the same thing. Banks got bloodbath. Bonds bid. I guess people are looking just for places to not lose that much money. I mean, if a bond only lost 1%, big deal. I mean, people go to safety, and when you see negative interest rates and people are willing to deal with negative interest rates, it tells you that people don't expect much in yields. People chase 1% and 2% and 3%. So it doesn't surprise me. Dollar dips, dollar drops, and gold pops, and that's exactly what happened today, folks. I woke up this morning. I talked about last night reports. I kind of thought it was going to either be par value or a little bit higher. Here's what we got. Gold pops about the same, 1900 par value. We're hanging around this time. We're hanging around this $1,900 value with gold. So gold popped up a little bit. Happy with its performance, but 10, 15 bucks. Who cares? That's not much. And as I said, if you are a gold or silver or platinum owner, don't worry, man. Just be happy because you have an asset that is 5,000 years old, man. You have an asset that has never gone bankrupt in history. You have an asset that, my gosh, you got history on your side. I mean, again, a historic track record on your side. So if you own precious metals, don't worry, be happy. And the other thing too, I wanted to remind you is don't worry and be happy. I don't. On the other hand, I want to tell you, invest all your money in precious metals. And again, I'm not here to tell you how much to invest or whatever, but I do get concerned that people go a little bit overboard. And you can go overboard and just throw too much money. Never throw all your eggs in one basket. Smart saying, I don't know who said it, made it up, but it's really, really true. There's a certain amount of your money that maybe should be put in precious metals. However, not all of it. Never, ever. I never believe that. Anyways, I'll move along to that subject some other time, one day when we're talking. Let's take a look at precious metal prices. I'm going to update it right here. And let's see what markets are open. It looks like the world markets are open too, so I'll be able to make a little bit better prediction tomorrow unless the dollar gets a little strong for some reason. And again, we talk about dollar strength all the time and what effect that has on gold. And some of the authors, like the guy in the Wall Street Journal, doesn't seem to get that. But anyways, New York spot prices close at 1901. We were up 1280. I won't call that strength, but I did say yesterday that unless we saw dollar strength, I thought we would see par value or a little bit higher gold prices. And this is exactly what we've seen. Same thing with the crazy little brother silver, crazy little sibling. I'm not going to say brother. Crazy little sibling silver. The crazy little sibling silver just kind of, that metal can move 5%. And on extreme day, 10%. But you should never panic about it. It's just kind of the way that metal's been operating for a while now. And silver's up, platinum up, down $9. Didn't look at platinum all day. If you just looked at this like me, I'm kind of a bit surprised myself. But again, I've always said that platinum is like that slower, dumber sibling. Looks at gold, it follows gold eventually, just kind of does its own thing, eventually gets there. It will get there. And silver, who the heck can follow silver? Just the erratic sibling that it is. It's all over the place. So platinum, just the dumber, slower brother of the three sibling. I keep saying brothers. I'm trying to be non-gender specific about this. And no, not because I'm trying to be politically correct. I just think it's correct to, if you want to call gold a sister or brother or a man or a woman, I'm cool with that. So anyways, the sibling. So I think platinum is just the dumber sibling of all of them right now. So, oh, geez. Sometimes I wonder. Long day, folks. Long day. My mind kind of goes other places too. World spot prices up a little bit from New York. I like to see that. I like to see that. The market closed a little bit higher. Not so much with silver, but again, these little erratic movements with silver, I don't worry about that. And again, silver's, to me, is just following gold and platinum at a much slower level. Platinum a little bit higher on the world markets. And let's take a look at the aftermarkets. Now, if I was doing this report at like midnight or something Eastern time, I bet you I could give you a more solid answer on what the markets might do in the morning. Again, just based on some trends I'm noticing and everything like that. And looking at the aftermarket right now, if it was midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, or late, I would tell you that I think that you'll see New York be about par value tomorrow. Again, maybe up a little bit, a couple dollars down, but I don't see any major changes from where we're looking at 1900 level. 1890, 1910, 1915. The only way I would see, again, up markets, when the markets move really up in gold and silver and platinum, or especially gold, it seems like it's being directed by dollar strength or dollar weakness. So if we saw some abnormal dollar weakness, I think we could see some higher prices in gold tomorrow. But my trend line for gold, silver, and platinum is up on a slow trend line over a course of time. I think that you'll see dollar strength and weakness accelerate or deaccelerate that movement. That's my opinion. I think there's no correlation, like the author said before, between stock market and I don't think there is, and precious metals at all. I don't know where the hell he got that from. Again, I don't mean to digress and go back to that. So I think there is a great correlation between the dollar and precious metals right now, as long as other world currencies. This is Brian Kuzma with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metal in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Call us anytime at 954-493-8811. We're here between 10 and 4 Mondays through Fridays. Love to give you some advice on what the best products to buy in precious metals, and to get live prices and whatever questions you may need. Also, make sure you check out our other videos. We have a lot of educational videos on our YouTube page here. Not a lot, but I'm hoping to put more up. Feel free to comment down here below, because I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. And it's kind of fun and lets me know that people are watching. Again, thanks for watching, and have yourself a great evening. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Talk to you soon.